I'm Chris.
And I'm Cammy.
And we're here in the Arctic Circle in Jokkmokk, and we're a couple of kilometres away from the finish line. And it's nearly race day. The first race of the Global Race Series is nearly here.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one this year. 2025 is absolutely stacked. Stacked fields, stacked runners, and some really, really exciting races coming up ahead. But first off is the Ice Ultra here. 230 kilometres across Sweden's Arctic tundra. And man, is it looking like it's going to be a slightly strange race this year. The weather's been a bit odd.
We've had 10 years here now. This is our 10th year, and we've thought we saw every weather system. We've had years of lots of snow. We've had years that are cold, warmer, windy. We didn't think we'd ever see a year with no snow, which is actually going to happen in the mountains this year. Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see how it unfolds.
It's bizarre. It's like an ice rink everywhere. It's going to be curious and difficult to run on. It's going to have to maybe make some kit adjustments as well for some of the runners, but it's going to be runnable. It's going to be fast.
It has the potential to be our fastest ever race. It could be the racer's race on this one. So here where we're in the south, we've got a bit more snow, but in the north we've had incredibly strange weather systems here. The Samis have never seen this kind of weather system here before. They're all scratching their head, and it comes from a pretty dry season, not much snow, followed by just week upon week of storms. So just winds scraping that snow off the landscape. So logistically, it's going to be a nightmare for our team, but for our runners, actually, if they can get a bit of traction on the ground, it could be one of the quickest races we've ever had.
Could be good. I mean, I spoke to the Sami guides earlier on today. They're the local lads that are out here. They're herding reindeers, and they make our on-the-ground safety team, logistics team. They were telling us they've had to remove the reindeer herds because there's not enough grazing, because all the ground's frozen. So that's going to be a challenge. But they are excited about the prospect of runners with some spikes on their shoes, putting some real fast laps down. Weather-wise as well, it's also pretty mild. We've been jumping between the coldest we've felt in the last week or so has been about -15. It's currently sitting around -5. That's pleasant running temperatures out here. It's nice.
It could be a warm one, but in the first couple of days in the mountains with the microclimates, we're actually forecasting some -15s. Feels like -25. So it's not anything to relax on, but it is the thing that they're going to be prepared for. They're going to be carrying kit to take them down to -40. So once they're in the mountains, we do think there's going to be a lot of wind on day one. So -15 temperatures will go down to a -25. Feels like that's going to be hard to keep up stood upright. Icy ground, lots of wind. That little mixture is going to be interesting to see how they get on. And then once they get onto the lakes, it's going to be who dares runs. And it's going to be one of those where people are going to actually have a race on I think in the front end of the pack, and it'll allow the guys at the back of the pack maybe to get out of their snowshoes. We've had races here where they've never got out of their snowshoes, and this year they might actually get out of them in some sections.
Yeah, we'll have to have it. With the weather conditions changing slightly in the Highlands, create some quite interesting features on the lakes as well. When we get a little bit of overspill, which is where the ice draws water through, and then that freezes, and you get this kind of strange crust on the top. You see these little pressure ridges forming where these huge ice sheets, miles wide, and the lakes have been moved together. So it's going to create some interesting terrain features for the runners to be crossing over out there as well, and it's going to feel different than it normally does. It's normally knee-deep snow everywhere we go. Instead, it's icy, and it's pretty small amounts of snow. Although deceptive, if you go under some of the trees, maybe thinking it's not too bad, you're going to go up to your waist. So still got to remember where they are.
Our guys will cut the course here, so it's not we hit the Kungsleden and a well-marked course in some sections, but actually we go off pieces. The unusual part of this race is we go up into the mountains, and they take a wrong course, so they go off, they'll be in waist-deep snow, so they'll know about it.
And that is sapping and pretty energy inefficient, especially on a 5-day race like this. About to head up. We've just been working with our local Sami team today, the logistics team, getting things set up and ready. We've loaded the trailers, we've sorted the equipment, we've got our ice drills, we've got the reindeer hides, we've got everything ready and sorted for the team to be well looked after, and for all the runners to keep nice and warm in all the evening camps. We've got the tents pitched or tents ready, sorry, to be pitched. And yeah, we're about to head up to the start of the course and bring you more updates from the start line as of tomorrow afternoon.